Good evening, and welcome to the Engineering Council of Birmingham's 62nd Annual Engineering Awards Ceremony. Tonight, we will recognize our fellow engineering professionals, educators, and students for their achievements and contributions they have made to the engineering profession and society. As you can see, we're not having our typical banquet this year due to the continuing pandemic. However, we felt it was important to still recognize our membership during this challenging time and award scholarships to our future engineers. The theme for Engineers 2021 is, or Engineers Week 2021 is Imagining Tomorrow. I believe this theme has even greater meaning today given what we all have experienced over the past 12 months. The pandemic has impacted us all in a variety of ways, from the way we work to how we interact socially. Episodes of social injustice have highlighted that we still have work to do to include everyone and provide opportunities for all to improve their lives. We as engineers play a key role in developing and implementing solutions to these problems through the work we do every day, both directly and indirectly. The preamble of the National Society of Professional Engineers Code of Ethics states, engineering has a direct and vital impact on the quality of life for all people. Accordingly, the services provided by engineers require honesty, impartiality, fairness, and equity, and must be dedicated to the protection of the public health, safety, and welfare. We as engineers fulfill this by imagining a better tomorrow for all of society. Given this is a virtual award ceremony, there is no printed program. However, there is an electronic version available on the ECOB website, and you can navigate to the location and open the file. You can see it on the screen there. ECOB's beginning started in 1929 when the Engineers Club of Birmingham was formed. In 1931, the Birmingham Chamber of Commerce recommended that an Engineers Council be created as a public body to advise on matters requiring special engineering knowledge. The Engineering Council of Birmingham in Jefferson County was formed that same year. In 1958, an amendment was made to the council's constitution and bylaws that stated the chairman or president and the most immediate past chairman of each engineering society shall automatically become members of the Engineering Council. In 1998, the ECOB Foundation was formed to provide scholarships to engineering students in the state of Alabama. The objectives of ECOB are to inspire high school and college students to pursue an engineering education, encourage engineering graduates to consider employment within the council area, coordinate and promote member society activities, represent the engineering profession in various arenas, sponsor and promote Engineers Week, as we're doing here, each year by hosting the annual ECOB's Award Banquet or ceremony, and recognizing the contributions of our members. At this time, I would like to introduce your ECOB officers. I'm Chris Smitherman, President of ECOB and a member of the Birmingham section of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Brandy McKinney is serving as Secretary and is a member of the National Society of Black Engineers, Birmingham Professional Chapter. Chris Taylor is serving as Treasurer and is a member of the Birmingham section of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. And then finally, our past President, Sydney May, is a member of the American Society of Civil Engineers, Birmingham branch. You will see each of them later in the program. Our annual banquet award ceremony and scholarship program are made possible each year by our sponsors. At this time, I would like to recognize this year's sponsors. Our gold level sponsor for this year is Revere Controls. Our silver level sponsors are Yates Engineering and the Alabama Society of Professional Engineers. A big thank you to our sponsors for this year. We really, really appreciate it. The order of the ceremony for this evening will be as follows. First, Sydney May will present our 2 ECOB Scholarship Award winners. Second, Dr. Beth Todd will present the University of Alabama College of Engineering Student Awards. Third, Robert Blakely will present the University of Alabama at Birmingham Engineering Student Awards. And then finally, Brandy McKinney and Chris Taylor will present the ECOB Awards. With that, it is my privilege to introduce ECOB past president Sydney May for the presentation of the ECOB Scholarship Awards. Sydney.
Thank you, Chris. Good evening, all. Our scholarship winners for the ECOB Foundation Scholarship are Noah Alexander and Roderick Wilson. Noah is a graduate of Pelham High School in Pelham, Alabama, where he has an overall GPA of 4.03. He was a member of the art club, the school ambassador, treasurer, and member of Mu Alpha Theta, a member of the varsity tennis team, and a member of the National Honor Society, and member of many other scholastic societies. Noah is currently enrolled at the University of Alabama as a mechanical engineer major. Noah is the recipient of an ECOB scholarship in the amount of $1,500. Congratulations, Noah. Our second scholarship winner is Roderick Wilson. Roderick is a graduate of Jefferson County International Baccalaureate High School in Irondale, Alabama, where he has an overall GPA of 3.80. He was on the math team and placed first in the Jefferson County competition for 3 of his 4 years in high school. He was also a member of the varsity soccer team, a member of the programming hacking team, parliamentarian of the National Honor Society, and member of many other scholastic societies. Roderick attends the University of Alabama at Huntsville as a computer engineering major. Roderick is the recipient of the ECOB scholarship in the amount of $1,500. Congratulations, Roderick. And now to present our ECOB Student Awards is Dr. Beth Todd, from the University of Alabama.
Thank you, Sydney. It is my pleasure to present the undergraduate and graduate engineering students of the year for 2020 to 2021. The Student Engineer of the Year from Chemical and Biological Engineering is Joshua Perch. Can we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Joshua is a senior from Mokina, Illinois, and he is a presidential scholar. He has developed and characterized polymer nanofibers for toxic metal removal from water. He has presented his work at the 2019 AICHE annual meeting. He's interned with Eastman Chemical Company, and he is an umpire with the Mokina Baseball and Softball Association. Roll Tide, Joshua. The Student Engineer of the Year from Electrical and Computer Engineering is Jonathan Platt. Jonathan is a senior from Lumberton, New Jersey. He is a National Merit Scholar. He's worked in both the Magnetic Materials and Devices Lab and the Human Technology Interaction Lab. He has 2 patents pending. He's president of IEEE and a senior member of Alabama Astrobotics. He's a member of the $1 Million Band. Roll Tide, Jonathan. Student Engineer of the Year from Environmental Engineering is Jessica Gentrup. Jessie is a senior from Mesa, Arizona, is a National Merit Scholar, has a water treatment grant from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Student Sustainability Program, is co-opted Hunt Refining Company, is co-captain of the Concrete Canoe Team, and leads a Bible study for Fellowship of Catholic University students. Roll Tide Jesse. The Student Engineer of the Year from Mechanical Engineering is Nicole Angel. Nikki is a senior from Caledonia, Illinois, and is a presidential scholar, minors in biology. She does research at the intersection of food science and engineering, is co-author of 3 journal articles, and participated in the Drawdown Research Experience for undergraduates at Penn State University. Roll Tide Nikki. The Student Engineer of the Year from Metallurgical and Materials Engineering is Brandon Caneda. Branda is a senior from Lincolnton, North Carolina, and is presidential scholar. He does research related to cold spray hardening of high-strength steel and has co-opted with the Timken Company. He is an Eagle Scout and participated in community service projects for several years through Honors Action and Student Engineers in Action. Roll Tide Brandon. The Student Engineer of the Year is Jonathan Platt from Electrical and Computer Engineering. Next, we have the Graduate Student Engineers of the Year. The Graduate Student of the Year from Chemical and Biological Engineering is Catherine O'Hara. Katie is a doctoral student from Fort Worth, Texas, and she is a Gann Fellow. She works on the design of polymers tailored for structural and thermal behavior. She is co-author on 20 journal articles and made 13 conference presentations. She was the instructor for a study abroad course in Copenhagen and has an undergraduate degree in addition to her engineering degree. She also has an undergraduate degree in dance. Roll Tide Katie. Graduate Student Engineer of the Year for Civil Construction and Environmental Engineering is Mustafa Dadashi Firuzche. Mustafa is a doctoral student from Babol, Mazandaran, Iran, and has a Graduate Council Fellowship. He does research on water filtration by membrane filters. He has 13 published articles and 3 conference papers. He founded the Match Engineering magazine and is a reviewer for 10 engineering journals. Roll Tide Mustafa. The Graduate Student of the Year from Electrical and Computer Engineering is Tanmoy Ghosh. Tanmoy is a doctoral student from Bangladesh. He has a graduate research assistantship in the Computer Laboratory of Ambient and Wearable Systems. He has research that includes a project on computer-aided detection of abnormalities in the gastrointestinal tract using capsule endoscopy. He has 10 journal articles published, 16 conference papers, and a book chapter. And he is a reviewer for 6 engineering journals and is vice president of the Bangladesh Student Association. Roll Tide Tanmoy. The Graduate Student of the Year is Katie O'Hara from Chemical and Biological Engineering. And I'd like to say congratulations to all of our students. Next, I'd like to introduce Robert Blakely from the University of Alabama at Birmingham School of Engineering.
Well, I have no sound right now, so you may have to read them off for me if it's not working.
Robert, you're okay to go. Hold on. Robert, can you hear me? All right. You're doing it. Ready? So I can read that. All right. You're going up to read the things. You want me to read?
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical glitch. I'm here to read the Engineering Undergraduate Student of the Year and also the UAB Engineering Graduate Students of the Year. For the Engineering Undergraduate Students of the Year, we have Krista Jackson. She is a biomedical engineering student with a 4.0 GPA on the President's List. She is also a member of Tau Beta Pi, an intern for Rowan Biomedical, and also UAB Tissue Engineering Lab, and is the Vice President of the UAB Society of Women Engineers. Sam Johnson is our Civil Construction and Environmental Engineering UAB Engineering Undergraduate Student of the Year candidate with a 3.81 GPA on the President's List. He is also the Secretary Treasurer of Chi Epsilon, which is the Civil Engineering Honor Society, the Treasurer of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, an intern at Diversified Conveyors International, and Engineering Ambassador. Blake Wingard, Electrical and Computer Engineering, has a 3.9 GPA on the President's List, UAB Rifle Team, Teaching Assistant, and is the President Software Engineering Education and Development, or is the President for Software Engineering Education and Development. We have Corrine Haas Blakeshire. She is the Materials Science and Engineering candidate with a 3.63 GPA on the President's List. She received an ASIPCO scholarship, Presidential Recognition Scholarship, Bledsoe Foundation Scholarship, intern at NSF International Research Experience for students, and also a research assistant at the UAB Lab for Nanoscale Research. Shayla Rose for Mechanical Engineering with a 3.95 GPA, has presidential honors, interns at Southern Company Services R&D, president of UAB American Society of Mechanical Engineers, is an engineering ambassador and team captain for the volley, llamas, which is an intramural volleyball. It's intramural volleyball. Our UAB Undergraduate Student of the Year is Krista Jackson in Biomedical Engineering. Congratulations, Krista. And now for our Engineering Graduate Student of the Year. We have Danielle Pretorius, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, is a biomedical engineer with a 3.9 GPA in Pi Kappa Phi, Golden Key Society, our 2021 Barker Awards nominee, a peer mentor, a team leader for 2020 UAB Surgery Innovation Challenge. We have Sabrine, again, I apologize if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. She's from Civil Construction and Environmental Engineering with a 4.0 GPA, Institute of Transportation Engineers, Women in STEM at UAB, Society of Women Engineers, lab instructor for multiple courses, and a graduate research assistant fellowship. Diana Pizarro, computer engineering, 4.0 GPA. She's a first place poster 2019 Neuro NEM Conference research assistant and co-author of multiple papers and presentations. We have Muhammad from Material Science and Engineering with a 4.0 GPA, is a graduate research assistant, a Blazer Graduate Research Fellowship, first place poster, Alabama Material Science Student Research Symposium, and co-author of multiple papers and presentations. Jordan Whitson, Mechanical Engineering, has a 3.84 GPA, Science, Mathematics, and Research for Transformation, or SMART Scholarship. He's also a member of Pi Tau Sigma, Tau Beta Pi, and is on the President's List. Our research assistant also for NUAB Vehicle Robotics Engineering Lab and UAB American Institute for Aeronautics and Astronautics, AIAA. We also have Courtney Severino, I hope again I'm pronouncing that right, in engineering management with a 4.0 GPA, ASGS in NASA Space Grant Scholarship, a SIPCO Scholarship, UAB Breakthrough Scholarship, and on the President's List. She has also co-authored multiple papers and presentations, is a graduate research assistant, and also a volunteer for the Black Warrior River Keepers. The winner of our UAB Graduate Student of the Year is Diana Pizarro. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, in computer engineering. Congratulations, Diana. And now to present our ECOB awards are Chris Taylor and Brandy.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to present a couple of ECOB awards. The first award is the Distinguished Service Award, and our first nominee is Miss Elizabeth Clark from ISA. Elizabeth has a bachelor's degree in English from Illinois State University. She also has a bachelor's degree in physics from Illinois State University, a bachelor's in electrical engineering from Iowa State, and a master's in electrical and computer engineering from UAB. She is currently working at Alabama Power, and her experience and achievements: she's a user interface design, instrumentation and controls design lead. She's monitoring and diagnostic center representative, and she's an instrument specification. Okay, I'm learning these things, but her professional, technical, and society, civic, and humanitarian activities include Reading to Succeed mentor, International Society of Automation, ISA, Birmingham Sector Webmaster. She's an ISA Birmingham Sector Assistant Treasurer. She's also an ISA Power Industry Division newsletter editor, and she also coordinated the ISA presence and introduced a Girl to Engineering Day. Our second Distinguished Service nominee is Mr. James Hoagland, Jr. He is represented from ASHRAE. He has a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the University of Alabama. He is a professional engineer in Alabama, Texas, Virginia, and North Carolina. He currently works for Pinnacle Engineering Incorporated, and he also won the ASHRAE Young Engineer of the Year in 2002. And his professional, technical, and humanitarian activities include ASHRAE and the American Society of Plumbing Engineers. And so to the winner would be Mr. James Hoagland, Jr. Congratulations. And so now I'll move on to the Educator of the Year. The first nominee is Mr. Joseph P. Carpenter. He's also from ASHRAE. His education, he graduated from the University of Alabama with a PhD in mechanical engineering in 2018. He has a master's in electrical engineering from the Mississippi State University and a bachelor's of science in mechanical engineering from Mississippi State University. He's an EIT in mechanical engineering. His current employer is the University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa. His engineering experience and achievements: he's an instructor of mechanical engineering at the University of Alabama. He's the assistant director of Alabama Industrial Assessment Center. He's also a center lead student at the Alabama Industrial Assessment Center. International Building Performance Simulation Association Scholarship awardee. His professional, technical, and humanitarian activities include the American Society of Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning Engineers, He's also a member of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and he also is an Alabama Southern Baptist Disaster Relief member. So welcome, Mr. Joseph. Our next nominee is Mr. Todd Freeborn from Capstone, the University of Alabama. His education includes the University of Calgary with a bachelor's, master's, and PhD in electrical engineering. He's a licensed engineer in Alberta, Canada. His current employer is the University of Alabama. His engineering experience and achievements include he's an assistant professor at the University of Alabama, principal investigator of research focused on wearable sensors to support skeletal muscle and joint health and educational programs to engage undergraduate students in summer research experience and increase and retain the number of undergraduates in their that complete their engineering degrees. He's currently supervising 1 PhD student and 2 master's students, and also 5 undergraduate researchers. He's graduated 1 PhD student, 2 master's thesis, and 2 non-thesis master's students. He's participated in over 40 undergraduate engineering students in summer research programs. His professional, technical, and humanitarian activities include the member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, IEEE, and an IEEE Nonlinear Circuits and Systems Technical Committee. He's also a member of the University of Alabama Women's and Men's Rugby Faculty Sponsor, and a recipient of the 2018-2019 Eta Kappa Nu Outstanding Instructor Award. And so for the winner, the Educator of the Year will go to Mr. Todd Jeffrey Freeborn. Congratulations, and you all have a good night.
Thank you, Brandy. My name is Chris Taylor. I'm the treasurer of ECOB and a member of ASME. And now to present the Young Engineer of the Year nominee. First candidate is Justin Hill from ASHRAE. Education, he has a PhD in interdisciplinary engineering from UAB and a BS and MS in mechanical engineering from Alabama. He is licensed in Alabama as a professional engineer, and his current employer is Southern Company Services. For experience and achievements, Justin was a technical project lead for Georgia and Mississippi Smart Neighborhoods. He worked with utility lead for electric power research. He was awarded. Awarded. No, that's the next one. He worked with the utility lead for Electric Power Research Institute's Customer Connected Device Working Council, and he received the Electric Power Research Institute's Tech Transfer and Interoperability Leadership Award. Justin is a core team member on 8+ DOE projects using controls to integrate renewables into the grid. He also led deployment and analysis of 100+ grid interactive water heaters across the Southeast. For technical and civil activities, he is on the Student Activities Chair and Board of Governors for the Birmingham chapter of ASHRAE. He is a Power Mentor of 2 for Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America. He is a professional mentor for the University of Alabama Mentor UPP. Justin is a volunteer algebra tutor at Restoration Academy in Fairfield, Alabama, and he served on the Diversity and Inclusion Action Team within Southern Company R&D. Our next candidate is Cass Hawley from Capstone. His education is BS in Civil Engineering from Alabama and an MBA from Alabama. He is currently an engineer in training under Civil for the state of Alabama, and his current employer is Barnett Jones Wilson. His experience and achievements: he has helped design various multi-use retail, industrial, education, and commercial structures throughout the Southeast. Cass has notable projects, including various Chick-fil-A's, athletic department projects at the University of Alabama and the Crescent in Tuscaloosa. He coordinates BIM 360 models with various architects, and he's begun to take on a project management role within his firm. And according to those in his office, he has a strong work ethic, positive attitude, and is a quick learner. For his technical and civic activities, Cass is a professional mentor at the University of Alabama College of Engineering and serves as adjunct professor at Shelton State Community College. He is a member of Structural Engineering's Association of Alabama, International Concrete Repair Institute, and ASCE. And Cass was the recipient of the ASCE Student Leadership Award in 2017 and has worked with Habitat for Humanity as a volunteer. Our next candidate is Yao Wang from ISA. Her education from Shenzhen University, a Bachelor of Optical Information Science and Technology in Electrical Engineering. She also has a degree from Alabama Huntsville and Master of Optical Photonic Technology and Electrical Engineering. Her current employer is Southern Company. Experience and achievements include she has led many cybersecurity data diode projects at different plants. Yao has led on converting Gemstar meter readings from one system to another for 30+ sites and created a process using Excel macro to speed up and streamline the implementation. She led a project on transferring 10 years of historian data from one type of database to another. She has led on projects on SEL relays for data acquisition. She has implemented operational data outage troubleshooting on a daily basis and created many SQL and macros to make work more efficient for checking data, troubleshooting, and health monitoring purpose. And Yao has taught class on Aspen Info Plus 21 basics and configurations. For technical and civic activities, Yao is a volunteer at Girls Engineering. She's an ISA student liaison and a member of the ISA Birmingham Section Executive Leadership Board. And the Young Engineer of the Year is Justin Hill of ASHRAE. Congratulations, Justin. Now for the Engineer of the Year. First candidate is Darren Ash of ISA. Darren has a BSME from Auburn University and is licensed as a PE in the state of Alabama. His current employer is Revere Control Systems Incorporated. His experience and achievements: he was a process engineer at Southern Tool, engineering manager at Alabama Specialty Products, senior controls engineer for Vulcan Engineering, principal engineer at Odessa Automation and Engineering, VP of Level 1 Systems at Denelli Tenaris, engineering group manager at Revere Control Systems. For his technical and civic activities, he is a senior member of ISA and a member of ASME. Our next candidate is Barbara Hattimer McCrary from ASHRAE. She has a BS and MS from Alabama and is licensed as a professional engineer in Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi. Her current employer is HHB Engineers, PC. Her experience and achievements include 15 years of experience in mechanical system design for a wide range of projects, including the recent $100 million renovation to Bryant-Denny Stadium, other projects for University of Alabama, Auburn University, federal buildings, historic buildings, and more. McCrary embraces the challenges of finding the right balance between first costs, the needs of the owner, energy costs and efficiency, and long-term maintenance considerations in system design. For her technical and civic activities, Barbara has published multiple articles in ASHRAE Journal and ASHRAE Transactions. She speaks to professional society and college groups about engineering and engineering efficiency. She was inducted as a Distinguished Fellow for the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Alabama. And she is active in local professional group for women business owners. And the Engineer of the Year goes to Barbara Hattimer McCrary of ASHRAE. Congratulations, Barbara. And now for our closing statements is Chris Smitherman.
All right, thank you, Chris. I did want to mention one thing before I have some closing remarks. On behalf of Robert at UAB, he did have an announcement he did want to make, and I'm going to make that on behalf of him. The School of Engineering at UAB has a new dean, is Dr. Jeff Holmes. Sure that he's going to know many of you and will be working directly with you in the coming months and years at the school. I'm sure probably in industry as well. So I know the school's thrilled to have him, and he looks forward to meeting all of you soon. So just wanted to share that. In closing, I want to again congratulate our scholarship award winners, the engineering school award nominees and winners, and our ECOB award nominees and winners as well. Your contributions to the engineering profession are greatly appreciated. I would also like to thank all who have supported ECOB in the past, including past sponsors, officers, and volunteers. Most of the time at the banquet, we usually have everyone stand up, recognize everyone. Of course, we can't do that here. So all that are out there, thank you for your service to ECOB. Also want to thank all who were involved in preparing for this year's award ceremony. Specifically, I'd like to thank the following. Alan Cannon for coordinating the ECOB awards, judging with their Georgia counterparts, and for procuring the ECOB award plaques, which reminds me, for the award winners, I will be contacting you tomorrow to figure out how to get the plaques to you. So just keep that in mind. I will be calling you tomorrow. Shauna Cannon for coordinating the Birmingham Business Journal ad. Jeannie Otts for compiling our slideshow and our program booklet. And Chris Taylor for coordinating the technology tonight that we're using to broadcast this through YouTube. I also want to thank Brandy McKinney and Sydney May for presenting tonight and being willing to adapt on the fly. So very, very good stuff there. So I'm sure I've left someone out, and if I have, my sincere apologies. It's totally unintentional if I have. The awards ceremony and the banquet every year is truly a team effort, and just thanks to everyone for their hard work to make this happen. Here are a few upcoming events that you may be interested in. On March 3rd at 6 p.m., SWE President Heather Doty, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, will provide an online learning event titled How to Be an Inclusion Champion. On March 6th, the Future City Finals competition will take place. They're still looking for judges, so please consider volunteering for this great program. The links are available on the ECOB website, as you can see on the screen there, but they're also on the ECOB website. This concludes the 62nd annual ECOB Awards ceremony. In closing, along the lines of this year's Engineers Week theme, I ask all of us to imagine what we can do to improve society tomorrow. Thank you, and have a good night.